These are the 5 things you have to know before you open a CD. I'm Sam with Money Bros, and today we'll be going over the things that you must know. Let's start with number 1. First of all, you have to understand the basics of a CD. You deposit a sum of money with a bank or credit union for a fixed period of time. The bank pays you interest for the period, and you get the original deposit plus the amount of interest at the end of your term. CDs are often used to save money over a very specific time frame without any risk of losing the initial investment. In my case, I had $10,000 that I wasn't going to need for the next year. In my case, I had $10,000 extra dollars that I wouldn't need for the next year of my life. So instead of letting it sit in my very low interest savings account and essentially losing money because of inflation, I put it inside a CD for a space of 1 year. Now, if you're worried about losing your investment, CDs are insured by the FDIC for up to $250,000 for added security. Number 2, term length. CD terms can vary, ranging from a few months to several years. The term determines how long your money will be locked inside the CD. Usually, longer terms offer higher interest rates due to the longer commitment. I got my interest rate at 5.3, which is pretty high for a CD, and I believe if I had done it for 6 months, it would have been a low 4%. Number 3, interest rate. Interest rate is the way you're making money on the CD. The higher you can get this number, the better. Interest rates are normally fixed for the entire length of the CD, and they fluctuate with the market. So in my example, my interest rate was 5.3%. If the CD rate continues to rise, say it hits 6%, my CD rate would still be at 5.3. But let's say it crashes tomorrow and all of a sudden it's at 2.3%. My rate would still be fixed for the next year. And that's a nice level of security that I like. And of course, the higher interest rate you can get is directly tied to the higher returns of your investment. And make sure you check with different banks. Different banks offer different promotional CD rates, so you'll want to kind of shop around. Number 4, early withdrawal penalties. Essentially, what you're doing with your money is you are lending your money to the bank. So in my case, I lent them $10,000. They're going to take that $10,000, loan that money out to someone, and say buying a house. So that money is locked up. If I withdraw that money, that kind of puts them in a harder spot because suddenly they don't have that money anymore. So to stop people from doing this, they have introduced penalties. In my case, the penalty for taking out money early would be half of my interest rate amount. The amount of interest I'll get in 1 year is $530. So they would take half of that if I took out any money early. But as soon as my CD matures from the 1 year date that I signed it, as long as I can wait until then it will not be taken away. It's extremely important to understand just how long you're wanting to invest. For me, I know that I'm not going to need that money in the next year, but say you need it in 9 months, go for the 6-month option. And number 5, your money is locked up. Common term in finance is liquidity. CDs are very not liquid. Liquidity refers to being able to pull or add to your investment as time goes on. CDs, you can't add any money in and you can't take any money out unless you want to have the penalties. So there's a trade-off. For CDs, they are very safe ways to invest. And CDs are less liquid because they have than regular savings accounts because they have fixed terms. So you should only invest in CDs with funds that you don't need immediate access to. So for me, I'm going to college in about a week. But because of the scholarships I've gotten and the other money I've saved up, I was able to put this money in knowing that I won't need it. So just be 100% sure because having that penalty is just the worst. So once again, real quick, 5 things you need to know. Understand the basics of a CD, the term length, the interest rate, early withdrawal penalties, and know that your money is locked up. Just pretend it doesn't exist, however long your term is. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you found this video helpful and want to support us, our Patreon is down in the description below. If you have any insight, comments, questions, go ahead and put them down in the comments below. So before you decide to put your money into a CD or any investment, make sure you research, compare different options, and look at your financial goals. Maybe a CD doesn't work for you. Maybe you need to invest it in an index fund or something like that.